it's so refreshing to know that as Christians, as business people, we're not just meant to become king. We can hold the position of a priest and also be a king.
Absolutely.
Right? So which means in the marketplace, we can actually manifest both. Oftentimes what we do in businesses as believers is that fact that we just want to be moral, right? To do the right things. And that's basically what society demands of you, to do the right things, right? So that doesn't make you special.
Sure.
Right? Because that's like, if for example, if laws are made, it's built on morality for you to do the right thing. Don't kill someone else, right? Don't hurt someone, don't cheat someone else, right? But for us as believers, the demand is higher than that. It's for us to be righteous.
An extra step.
And it's just to beyond just being moral, right? So, again, I'm sure you'll be wondering, like, what are you guys talking about? Yeah, we're Christians. And we're so proud to say that, right? And we're business people, right? We're very intelligent people.
I would hope so.
I'm intelligent. I'll blow my whistle.
Yes, I'm still learning.
Of course, doesn't make you, like, being intelligent doesn't make you not to still learn.
Oh, true. Fair point. That's a good point.
Maybe you had a D7 in one of your exams, right?
No, I had a C4. My work is also C4.
What's
C4.
WAG? This guy.
Oh, sorry.
Do you know what he's talking about?
I
did A levels. I don't know what he's talking
about.
Sorry,
don't be angry.
Okay. Hi. You're welcome to the YRJ podcast. Today, it's still with Joe
and Nasser.
And if you're joining us for the very first time, peradventure, probably you are a returning, subscriber.
Or you just randomly came across us,
Thank right?
God for that.
Wanting to know that one of our vision and our mission on this platform is to give you all the information that could help you to transition into real estate, to build wealth, to build right wealth, great wealth through real estate.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it's never ending, right? There's always something, layers upon layers. There's always more information that comes in, right?
So much to peel.
We've had a lot of videos. We've spoken about rental. We've spoken about buying, selling. Like, you could go through all of our episodes. I'm sure you'll find something, that will be of importance or information to you, okay? And today, what are we talking about?
So today, I think we need to talk about that story about those first-time home buyers that got scammed.
Story time. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm hoping that once people listen to this, they at least pick one or two things.
Yeah.
And just, exercise caution, especially when, getting into the real estate market.
Yeah.
It's a lot can happen. In every industry, like we always say, there are good and there are bad actors.
Absolutely.
Right? So it's good to just be well informed. So basically, this lovely couple with kids excited to buy their first property.
Like every other, any other person that wants to buy property, exactly. Like a first-time home buyer.
First-time home buyer, right?
There's that excitement that comes with it. Like,
yeah, like, okay, I've saved, I've saved all this money from my hard work business or your 9 to 5, and then you just think, okay, let me put this into an asset, right? A place I can call home. And so they reach out to an agent, and then they say, okay, we're trying to buy a property and help us get a property.
Yeah.
So the agent basically takes them to a seller, right? He says, oh, I know of this seller that's trying to sell the property. Red flag 1. Now, not to say that an agent cannot represent both buyer and seller, but in transactions like that, I think everyone should exercise just more caution, because you have to now decide, okay, whose interest is this agent really representing?
Yeah.
Is he representing my interest, or is he representing the interest of the seller? Right. So that's where that happened. I mean, the story. You can pick up from there. So after that, basically, they said, okay, put an offer on the property. That agent says, I can get you this property at this price. The seller is ready to sell. They put an offer on the property, and they qualify for a certain amount, right? Red flag 2.
Yeah.
They hadn't gotten like a
pre-approval
right. Done.
I mean, shouldn't be the agent. You should be doing that with a broker.
Yes. But at the same time, the agent could have advised them to say, okay, go and have you gotten a pre-approval, yada, yada,
it's
yada.
Part of it's like his checklist.
But he's like, oh, don't worry. He would organize the lender for them. Red flag 3.
Yeah. Because ideally, an agent should not be organizing anything for you. They should be
on the financial side.
On the financial side, they should be helping. It should be navigating you, not helping you. Which means
directing you towards the right
they have
person.
to give you. As a matter of fact, they're even meant to give you options. It shouldn't just be one person,
right?
Because you want to open up your opportunities and see what is available for you,
right?
So, one red flag: the moment agent is telling you that they can arrange things for you, right? Be very mindful.
Yeah.
Very mindful. Nothing. I mean, I know people feel, again, people get themselves into different situations
Right.
and then they need to work things out. The question is, you don't even need to get yourself into that position. Like
Right.
you could, like we always say, buying a property, people think it's very difficult. Maybe we're going to talk about that, but you can go on.
So
People think it's always difficult to like buying a real estate. And I kind of feel like it's like an ABC. Now, it's difficult. Oh my God. There's a lot of factors. There's the external factor of the market itself,
right.
the ups and down prices, which you don't have a control over.
Yeah, no one
okay?
has control over that.
But you have a control over certain things that are within your powers.
Yep.
Right? Which is your readiness, your down payment,
Yes.
your qualification,
Your credit scores.
your credit score, right? Do you have the right information to work with?
Right.
Do you know where you want to buy your property?
Right.
Have you taken consideration of all the things that matters to you? Schools, hospitals, whatever it is, right? You have a control over those things. But when it comes to the market, you don't have a control over it, right? And the point is, as a realtor, her job is to ensure that, number one, buying is like the end result. It's creating that experience for you to make you feel comfortable. You don't want to overbuy. You don't want to whatever, but you want to make sure that undersell as
Right.
well for a seller, right?
seller, yeah.
That's all the experience. And it's not for us to cut, like, I know people cut corners,
Right, I
right?
know.
And then oftentimes, that's part of the result you get.
A lot of gray areas
Yeah,
that
yeah.
they try to explore. So anyway, so so that guy, the agent is the middleman, the seller, the buyer, whatever, he brings them together. He also tells them, oh, aside from the financing, like actually no, they didn't get any financing from the bank. He basically told them, I would organize
Financing. Oh
for
boy.
you. So they go into that and so they buy the property. Now they move into the home, they are living there, everyone is happy for now, and the next thing they just find out that okay, it's a little bit heavy for them, right?
The mortgage.
The mortgage, it's a little
Monthly,
bit heavy.
yeah.
And that's because the agent organized the financing.
So the qualification wasn't done properly. The stress test wasn't done properly.
wasn't done properly.
The what do we call it?
All the ratios basically.
All the ratios wasn't done.
That will be taken into consideration.
Debt to service ratio, wasn't done properly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they now find out that like majority, like maybe 80% of their income
It's basically
is going towards just the property. Yeah. So obviously that's a lot of pressure, right, on anybody, on any first-time home buyer or anything.
And let me jump in there.
Right.
Now, this is for you to understand. Like, I know it's very important for you as a buyer. As a matter of fact, you are at a higher risk compared to a seller. Okay?
Yes.
In terms of, I mean,
Yes.
a seller that wants to sell, the maths are really very, very clear.
It's very clear to them. This
Because
is what I bought.
This is what I bought for. This is what I'm holding. This is the mortgage
and
that
this is what
I'm
I'm
holding
selling
on the
for.
house. This is what I'm selling.
Yeah.
It's pretty very straightforward.
Very
No seller
straightforward.
wants to accept something is wrong or
Right.
it's they have to sell.
Yeah.
Right? No seller want to sell
Below
below the
what they
amount.
bought for.
So
Got you.
basically mean you're holding the bank like 100,000 and you want to sell 100 that. So even that means the other time you're holding the bank, you have to go find out, you have to get it out of pocket.
To pay,
So
yeah.
it's pretty kind of very straightforward and very clear math. Now, but for you as a buyer, it's very, very different.
Yep.
Which is why when you go to a mortgage house, the financial institution,
Right.
to get your mortgage, they do the stress test.
Yeah.
Now, I can tell you that whatever the bank tells you can afford is from a place of comfort.
Yes, because they've done the math.
It doesn't matter. Even way more than the market.
Yes.
They've looked at possible situation. I mean, historical facts of inflation, how inflation has gone to
Right.
the highest level, and they've plugged it in to look at,
Interest
if we're to
rates
get to
going
this
up,
interest rate level,
with this person to be able
with
to
this
carry
person
the
to
mortgage.
afford the mortgage.
Yeah.
Right? But oftentimes, we figure out that we have realtors that pushes people
Or mortgage agents too.
or agents that tell people that you can go all the way.
Or buyers themselves, they try to bypass the
you get what I'm
process.
saying?
Yeah.
The moment, I think it was probably on our first episode or second, we spoke about the fact that buying a house is beautiful.
Yep.
And it should never stop any other part of your life.
Yeah.
Meaning that if you're someone that you go on vacation every year, yes, maybe for the year you bought, you might not be able to go because, of down payment, of the heavy one lump payment. But it shouldn't be because of your monthly payment.
Yeah, because now it's too, like those people now, they're paying almost 80% of their income.
Yeah.
It's just going on the property.
Right? And so many are going to be affected.
Yes.
Right.
I like to your point, when the bank mentions, okay, when the bank is stress testing you or seeing what you are approved for, the recommendations are this, right? The housing cost, your cost of housing, meaning your mortgage, your mortgage
tax,
payments, your property tax,
insurance,
and your insurance, right? All that should be ideally. So this is how the banks calculate it: 38%
% of your income.
of your entire income. 30%. Now, the second one, which you mentioned, which is the total debt service, or TDS,
Yeah.
means so now your gross debt service, that's your mortgage, all your housing
Your
costs,
GDS, yeah.
plus
Every other debt you
any
might
other
have.
debt you
Or
might
expenses
have,
that you
expenses
have.
you might have, meaning maybe you have a credit card balance, meaning you have
student
like
loan.
you're financing a car, you have a student loan, and that's 44%. So they're saying, based on your income, just 38% of your income should be going towards your housing costs,
Yeah.
and 44% of all your costs that you have, student loans and all that, your credit card, should go towards your income as well. And if they find that once they do that, then you can comfortable, because remember, the bank is tying you down for 25 years.
Absolutely.
They're not doing it because they like you per se.
Yeah.
They're doing it so they can
Get their money.
consistently
I mean,
get their
of
money
course,
back
of course.
from you. So they are trying to do their due diligence on you. So when we bypass that, and now we're about 70% of our income towards just housing alone, and that's a problem.
Yeah. I think we're still going to talk about, I think we're probably going to find an episode.
Right.
And actually go into, the mortgage part, what people shouldn't do.
Right.
I think we've spoken so much about what they should do.
Yeah.
We need to bring to play the red flags.
Red flags, things that people
Things
shouldn't do.
you shouldn't do.
Right.
But when it comes to buying a property, like they're like, it's not negotiable. You don't even have to think about it. So once you can see these things, just zoom off. It's not the right thing for you, either from the agent or even for the property itself, or even from the mortgage or the cost itself. Right?
Yeah.
Because again, like, it's just going to be a house. Think about it, to be honest. Like, you can't eat the house, right? It's an asset, right? Appreciating assets, as you may want to call it, right?
Right.
But the reality remains that you want to buy something that you can breathe.
Yeah.
I've had people, I mean,
I'm just remembering that what's it called? What I say, it's a meme about breathing. I've forgotten what it is, but let's pass that.
I mean, you have to breathe, to be honest. Right? I can imagine, look at me, I'm sitting here now, having this conversation, and I know that
Let them breathe.
my mortgage, I know that I can't do anything else.
Right.
So I'm getting my income, and all I'm doing is I'm paying mortgage.
Yeah. And we empathize with people that are
I found themselves,
In fact, if I'm in all transparency, guys, when interest rates went to like 6%, 7%, I was almost there. I was pretty close to that, because I was on a variable rate. So I am speaking from experience, and interest rates literally went to like 6.8.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God, but like a bunch of my income is just going towards. And at the end of the year, please don't even think about looking at your mortgage statement at the end of the year, because you'll just be annoyed with yourself, right?
Do you know what's so funny about that? Is the fact that it's even a different, scenario. If when you bought the property,
Right.
you were on variable, it was still good for you.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, so you did that in good faith. It wasn't like you were earning $10,000.
And you overextended yourself at that point. Gotcha.
Things could happen. Inflation, particularly if you're on variable.
Yeah.
If you're going to variable, you're saying that I don't care whatever happens, I'm willing to go all the way, right?
Right.
So that's a different case. We're talking about someone that even at the point of buying,
You're already pressed.
you're already pressed, and nobody's pressing you. You choose to press yourself,
Yeah.
right? We are advocates of.
But again, to be honest, right? And in all fairness to the buyers, right? Remember that they trusted a professional
Absolutely,
to guide them through the right path.
absolutely.
And so go back to and let's not forget
On the story, yeah.
The story. So they now go back to the person and say, guy, we can't keep paying this. Like, this is ridiculous. Those guys are like, well, the seller. Okay, I skipped a part. At the same, aside from getting the mortgage from a lender, right? The seller of the property, and this was the worst part, also had a second mortgage
Or on the property.
as well, because even when the so-called agent organized the financing, it still wasn't enough.
Enough, yeah.
And so the seller also gave them what we call a vendor
Take back mortgage.
Yes. So
You want to explain that to people?
so
What that
meaning
means?
that, okay, so let's assume they were buying a house for $1 million,
Simple.
right?
Just make it simple. Don't go.
Yes, I promise. I'll go more than that.
Okay.
So they're buying a house for $1 million. The financing the agent organized was 800,000. So now we're left with 200,000, right?
Yeah.
These buyers brought out 100,000. So that's 900 out of $1 million. Now there's another 100,000 left. Because they already maxed out. So they got the first mortgage, the second mortgage. So the first mortgage, 800, their own down payment, 100. Now the remaining 100, the seller now says, okay, you know what? I really like you guys. I want you guys to buy the property. So you owe me 100,000. I register that against the property as like an IOU.
Making me a shareholder.
Making you basically and then
He's a co-owner.
And then they were paying him a certain interest rate every month
Yeah.
on the property.
And they were still paying the other.
So they were paying the mortgage for the 800.
Yeah, and they're still paying
and they were paying the
interest
rate to the seller as well.
Yeah.
Which is it's a creative way of getting deals done.
absolutely.
Right?
If it's done well,
Yeah, if it's done well.
right? I mean, take back mortgage is not bad if it's well structured.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Investors do it a lot. Maybe
Yeah.
they don't have enough cash. They are capped with the mortgage, and the remaining 100,000 they go back to the seller and say,
Yeah.
I pay you 8% every per annum. Right, I know. Anyway, so they did that. So they were paying that 800,000 and then the 100,000 with interest to the seller. Now they're trying to sell. Now they now said, okay, you know what? We can't keep paying this. We need to sell this property. Went to the market. What they bought for was about like a 250K markup to the other houses in that neighborhood.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, okay, guys, to be very honest with you, you don't want to lose connect. I mean, you don't want to get disconnected from this podcast.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's a lot of information that you won't find out there.
True.
I can tell you. Not even...
And that no one tells
No
you,
one
or
tells
people
you.
just take for granted that you should know, even though you're not the professional in
Like,
it. Yeah.
I feel like banking this table, but it's not my style.
Yeah.
I'm so pissed because there's just no way before you buy a property. Now we're giving you a free education. Now we've said that there are things you have to do. I want to also mention to you one thing you have to do for buying a property that you must ask from your agent is I want to see the CMA.
A comparative market analysis.
You just want. And what does that mean? It gives you, it's a mapping of all the properties that are sold
in that neighborhood. What are they selling for? What have they sold for?
What are they sold for? Similar to yours.
Yeah. So, and that prevents you from overbuying.
Overbuying, basically.
Unless we know that we're in a heated market where
things are moving so quickly.
10 or 15 offers on a property.
Yeah.
Now, in that kind of market, anything can happen.
Yeah.
But in today's market, you need a CMA.
Yeah.
So if everybody on that street or in that community is buying, let's say, a detached property, and everybody has paid anywhere from the range of, again, properties will be different because of different renovations.
Yeah.
But if the range is between 1,050,000 to like 1,150,000 on that street, and then your agent is pushing for you to put an offer for like 1.3 or 1.4 million, then there's a problem there.
Absolutely. I mean, we just did a transaction, right? And part of what we did was we had hours, minutes, days, and we're basically doing
that research
just to look at the fact. I mean, and it's so funny that we're going to come back and tell the story,
right?
You know, when it's ripe.
Yeah.
And one of the beautiful things for me that I could just share is the fact that I saw people just feel we're agents. Honestly, let me call it that what it is. They just think we're agents.
These guys dealing with what they call realtor trauma.
Right? They just think we're agents and like what do you guys even do? Right? And I wish we could do it. I wish when we're having this conversation of that transaction, we're actually on having a live coverage to see the numbers of calls. I wish if we were to go to Bell or Roger to ask them for how many in the past 2 weeks, how much of minutes we spent on calls. Yeah. You know, I mean, we're not paying on like other countries where you pay per use, right?
Yeah. But it's the beauty of the art of the deal.
We literally were analyzing to the thing, to the peak of it, and looking at, okay, how much would this cost? Yeah. How much would this cost? How much would this cost? A lot of investigation, even as far as making phone calls, looking at the property historical data, and saying we need to see what has happened, what it even looks like. You know what? I won't give too much of details, but just tell you that CM is very important, and how we're able to arrive at our numbers was because we had to look at. Why they CM it went even so deeper than even the software. Like, I just saw something else again, and it looks like, and then we're able to put things together. That is, as a matter of fact, let me tell you one thing. If you want to know if agent is working, if they're actually working, it shouldn't be a straightforward transaction. It shouldn't just be that you went for a home inspection, you saw the house, Nestle offer came and you sign in like 30 minutes. Be very mindful. Any offer that is coming,
it's so good to be true.
Any offer that is like,
but some things are easy.
I know some deals are straightforward, right? But again, so it could mean that probably the agent has probably done the homework
already. Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. But the point is, there has to be an homework.
Yeah.
Right. If mails are not flying,
due diligence.
If emails are not flying up and down, check it. If calls are not, if it's just like you, I mean, come on, you're not. This is not a lease, right?
Yeah.
This is a purchase,
and you're buying something like assets from the mid 500s, which isn't being conservative, to like $1 million and over. So there has to be some paperwork
Yeah,
behind that. Yeah.
even some errors will happen that
Yeah.
you need to sign again and
Yes,
counter-sign.
and do
I
that,
mean,
yeah.
it just shows the level of due diligence. Let's use the word
Yeah, due diligence is very important.
that goes into the transaction.
Right.
And I think that's why our regulatory body are so very keen on ensuring that a lot of things, they put a lot of control measures.
And, you have to
because-
and we submit all the documents for every transaction
Yeah.
to the brokerages, right, and to the regulatory
So when you
bodies.
see me, don't just
Asking
think
to
I'm
sign.
an agent, that I'm just driving you like an Uber driver to just open,
guy said
press, punch in code and enter a house and begin. No. This is a highly skilled profession, to be honest. And I think if you go back to our first episode where we spoke about how much of education we had to go through
for agents
to become
do what
licensed.
they do,
And you
yeah.
have to continue to do what we do, continuous education, relicensing yourself. I think every 2 years,
Yeah.
you have to take some courses, and then
Do that again.
that's what doctors do.
Yeah.
Even pilots, every 6 months, they go back to school. We still go to school. I wish I can speak in my language. We still go to school. So don't look at us as whatever experience you've had. We are trying to redefine and put the right image into this profession. Okay. And you can trust us that, partnering with us, you have nothing short of a very good experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So they then realized that, and just to cut the long story short, basically, the agent that got them to buy that property was friends with the seller.
Oh, okay.
So
I feel like making that sound. You know those sounds you see on Instagram.
I wish it was like we should have a button that has like the pum pum
Pum, pum. You know that sound I used to say, okay. I don't know if you saw those kind of reels on Instagram. Some African guys, you see them when they do something, you see what I would laugh. They'll just do something. Okay. I feel like we could just do that right now.
That meme. So the founder was in cahoots with the seller.
Oh my God.
Even the whole vendor take back thing, he probably had a cut
Absolutely.
from that, right? And so it was so that's how, if you don't have trusted advisors around you, really, like, literally, those, like, it's easy for professionals, unfortunately, to just like put you in a cocoon and just do what they want
Because you
to
don't
do.
know,
Because
right?
you don't
And
know
they
better,
know.
right?
Yeah.
You don't know better. So
Yeah.
so we hope someone learns from this episode, because you've taken 1, 2, 3 things. Guys, shoot us an email. Send us, I'm about to work on a deal.
Just ask questions.
Ask questions.
Right?
There's no harm in asking
You
questions.
You want to know. Or probably
Yeah.
you've made a mistake before and you
Right.
want to find out. We can be your FBI.
Like, what could you have done better?
Better.
Or your friend is going through, just let us know. And we're just here to just, give maximum value, because it was very, very unfortunate. And the thing that hurts me the most is the fact that, people we work so hard, we get taxed so much, all for someone to just put you in a situation that's just even more burdensome than like nobody buying your own property.
Shouldn't.
As weird as it sounds, is not like a do or die situation.
No.
You could have been renting and just spending that down payment money,
Absolutely.
living a very, very
Absolutely.
chill life, right?
Absolutely.
So it's unfortunate that you have to put that money into that and not be into something that people just take advantage of you. So that's the story of how first-time home buyers got scammed.
I'm sure you don't want to get scammed.
Yeah.
I don't want you to get scammed. Okay. Just keep, following us. Keep, ask questions like Nasa said. Put in your questions there. Reach out to us. Emails are there. Let's talk to you.
Yeah.
You know what to do? Talk to a doctor, right?
When symptoms
By
persist.
6, talk to a doctor. See your doctor. Okay. I hope today you've had something to learn.
Yes, sir.
And we want to hear from you. Okay. Thank you for joining us. Till we come your way next time. It's still your YHJ podcast with Joe.
And that's, sir.
Have a wonderful day.
Take care, guys.
Bye.